This is a Fairline Targa 50GT. Now, they do a couple of different versions of this. The 50GT is the one with the deck saloon, but they also do an open version. And in fact, you can have a squadron as well, which gives you a flybridge, all based on the same hull, so a lot of adaptability. Now, these are on IPS drives. You can see those down underneath here. So pod drive, the propellers are off at the minute, go on the front of there. And if we head on board, we'll give you the full tour. So this is what I mean about it being a deck saloon layout, because what you've got here is doors on the back, your cockpit is out here. If you opt for the open version, you don't get these doors, you get this all as cockpit, and then the cabin starts when you go a bit further down, and you get the sun pad on the back as well. But this is a nice version in as much as it allows you the full length of the boat for entertaining, but it gives you climate control from there forward, because of course with the door shut and the roof shut, then you've got complete control over that. You can convert this into a sun pad at the back here if you want to. And there's also a small wet bar over on this side. So you've got the sink and the griddle underneath there. And then that is just a bin and a bit of storage. Now, the big news always with Fairlines is the quality of the woodwork. This is high gloss walnut and it just looks fantastic. Really nicely done. That is beautiful. You can see it on the table here as well. That's a height adjustable table. And then over on this side, you've got the high-low TVs. You can see that's raised up at the moment. This is a fridge, which is quite handy because it's right next to the cockpit as well. And you've got the bar area next to it. Storage next to that. And then up here, this again is just storage. The stereo is in there as well. Another thing I like about these, you've got the raised section here. The reason they've done that is to give more headroom in the mid cabin, which I'll show you in a minute. But it does mean that you've got an elevated helm position, and what they've done is put the seating area next to it. Now that's nice because firstly, it gives you two separate social areas in here. But secondly, when the boat's underway, you step up here, and people sat here have got a great view out. So you can have a couple at the helm, and you can have another 2 or 3 people around here, and everyone's together. I mean, these are very much an owner-operator style of boat. So, you know, you're not going to have crew, you're going to be operating this yourself. You want your friends or your family to be with you, and this allows you to do exactly that. The helm is over on this side. Again, it's very Fairline. There's beautiful seats and the steering wheel and the way that this is all finished. So you've got this soft touch here and then this matte finish silver. Just looks a really classy job. There's a huge sliding roof, so this whole section here will slide back, so you can have this open if you want to. And when it's closed, you've got the skylights in it. And then across here, you've got engine instrumentation along here. You've got the multifunction display. IPS, as I mentioned, so you've got joystick control, which allows you to maneuver the boat just by pushing that to the side, left or right, twist it, and the boat will do whatever you ask it to do. So nice helm position. These are the throttles just here, and trim tabs and so on. And then if we go on forward, these steps take us down to the lower deck. There's a couple of layout options here. You can have a 3-cabin version. And that means that you get a cabin here with bunk beds in. However, the vast majority go out with this dinette layout. Gives you another great area, but it also opens this all out. As you come down here, it just feels a beautiful open area. So I think unless you really need 6 berths on a regular basis, this is probably the way to go. And in fact, you can drop this down and make this into sleeping in any case. Storage along the top there, and then behind me here, there's a really big fridge freezer. And this one is interesting because this is like a pantry. So the whole thing pulls out like that, so you can get to everything. It's a nice touch. And then across here, it's all electric cooking. So you've got the 2-burner hob, you've got the oven underneath. Storage beneath that. So plenty of places to put things away. And a bit more storage up along here. That's the gauges for your water, fresh water and wastewater. This is, as you can see, for plates. These are the posh Fairline plates. There we go. All very nice. You can see these are actually fitted into little grooves, so they stay where they're put. And then the sink is there as well. Now, if we head on forward, this will take us through. Love these door handles. Again, very much a Fairline thing, really high quality. And up here is the forward cabin. Now this has got scissor berths, so these will pull together and make into a central double bed. The standard configuration is just a central island bed, but pretty much every one of these goes out with scissor berths because you've just got that adaptability. You've still got a double bed if you want it, but you can split that off if you choose to. Great for kids, of course. And again, that wonderful high gloss woodwork. You've got a load of storage up in behind here. And if we look behind the door, in fact, there's also big hanging locker, all illuminated. I love the details like this headboard up here. That's all nicely done. There's a hatch overhead with a blind that comes across that, like so. More storage down here. There's TV in here, there's air conditioning in here. And this then takes us through to an ensuite, but actually it's the day heads as well. You can see there's a door there. In fact, what I need to do probably is close that one first. There we go, and you get the idea. So that becomes ensuite to this cabin at night, but accessed from that dinette during the day. And obviously the important thing to do when you go in here is make sure you lock both doors. Sink is in here. The toilet is down underneath that one. Again, all beautifully finished. And again, bits of storage tucked in behind here. And if I spin on round, really good sized shower. And of course that's completely separate, so you're not getting everything wet when you have a shower. So that is the forward cabin. It's nice, isn't it? And if we come on back through here, that's that lower dinette and the steps where we came down. We'll have a look under the floor just because everyone's going to say, what's under the floor, Nick? And I'll show you. Storage. There we go. So some of the bigger items can go in there. And those are the instruction books in those bags. But if we head back here, this takes us into the mid cabin. So this is the owner's cabin. Full beam of the boat. And again, just beautifully finished. Look at this. It's really nicely done. These are all drawers, of course. I'm not going to open them all, but you get the idea. You've got big windows in here as well with blinds on. And again, that beautiful woodwork, beautiful lighting. Fantastic. Nice little sofa over on this side, so you can tuck yourself away. It is Aquaholic Bingo today, isn't it? And this has its own ensuite. So that's just for this cabin. You've got the sink there. Again, the toilet tucked away underneath there. So that can be a work surface or it can be lifted up. And then you've got, again, separate shower, of course. And through there. Nice, huh? Okay, let's go and have a wander around the outside, and I need to show you the engines as well. But you see what I mean, when you come up here, this just feels so open, and I think it would be a shame to close that off. But if you need the space for sleeping, well then that's what you do. I suspect the vast majority had this layout. Okay, back up here. And we will take a turn around the outside, if we can. Here we go. They brought this rail all the way back, so as you step up here, you're immediately protected by this. And away we go forward. I like the way they put lights all the way along, these little pin lights, so this whole area is lit up at night. That's that helm position, that's that big sliding roof. And then the windscreen there. It's all nicely done, isn't it? Sunbathing cushions up here, of course, these drop flat, so when you're underway, you can see where you're going, but if you're at anchor, you want to lift those up and read a book or get a better view, then you can do. We'll come right up to the bow. We are at the NEC in Birmingham at a boat show. And I'm going to try and get this video up soon enough that it will still be on when you see it. So check the dates, but if you're anywhere near Birmingham, you should come and see this. It's a really good show. There we go. Fantastic. Anyway, we're just looking at the boat, aren't we? That's the boat, isn't it nice? Yes, let's move on. Sorry, I got carried away by looking at the boat show there. Okay, let's wander back. Love these cleats. Everything is also sort of artfully designed, isn't it? We've got two sets of spring cleats as well, that's a nice touch. And the engine is under here, and we need to move this table. And the easiest way to do that is with a bit of video editing, with a bit of video editing magic. Voila, as they say in Portugal. Okay, lift that one up And that'll take us down to the engine room. So I'm going to manoeuvre myself back, and actually once you get down those steps, it's a pretty big engine room in here. That's all the plumbing for the drains, for various things. You've got the generator over on that side, and you can get right down here. The pods are down here. What's interesting about these is that the engines are positioned further forward. So normally you get pods, engines. On this one they've got pods, jack shafts, engines up here. And the reason they've done that is to bring the weight of these engines, I mean they are massively, massively heavy, further forwards towards the front of the boat, and that gives you better weight distribution than having these right at the back. They're IPS 650, they're 480 horsepower each. They're going to give the boat a bit over 30 knots, cruising there for mid-20s very comfortably. And range, well, you're normally looking at this sort of thing, 200, 250 miles at high cruising speeds, and a lot more if you drop the speed right back to slow. Not a bad engine room, is it? Nicely lit as well. That's very good. I'm not going to linger too long because we are at a boat show and people are queuing up waiting for me to finish. So we will move on swiftly. Look how even this ladder's got Fairline logos on it. It's all in the details. All right. Okay. Let's drop that back down. Aha, that's what went clang. There we go. Let's pretend that never happened. Okay, I'm going to finish up at the helm. No, I'm not going to sit on the nice. Try that again. I shall sit on this nice sofa here. Have you noticed they're going away from leather, doing those fabrics now? I think that's really nice. So, huge thanks to Bates Wharf. They're the guys who organised this tour. They're dealers for these. And huge thanks, of course, to you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of that one, and I'll catch you on another one of these very soon. And don't forget to visit the NEC show, Boat Life it's called. Google it. Come and have a look. See you soon. Bye-bye.